There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Friday, November the 15th. Get ready for a big sports betting weekend. We got previews of major sports today, including NBA basketball. NBA Cup continues tonight. We also have NHL, college basketball, college football, and I guess there's a fight tonight. We'll check it out and see what you guys think in the big sporting event of the night. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul gonna duke it out if they almost didn't do it yesterday. We saw Iron Mike take a little friendly slap in the face. Maybe he should be on Power Slap with Jake Paul tonight, and we'll preview that fight. I believe it goes off at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. There's a pretty good undercard there as well, with a top-level bout between ladies, but we'll talk about the big fight if you want here. I'm all about it. That's okay. Look, I really rather prefer, I'm kind of in that camp that, yeah, I like, there to be an eventuality with sports, right? Fighting eventually for a championship somehow when you're in a sport, right? Where we're betting, where we're analyzing. This is, not an exhibition. We know that, but to a certain extent it is. So some people are having a hard time wrapping their head around whether or not they want to buy. They just want to be cool. They just want to stand out. Oh, I wouldn't bet that with your money, but come on. Handicapping is all about weighing all the factors, no matter what, whether you're handicapping turtle races or a fight like we're going to have tonight. All right. Thanks, everyone, for coming in. We got a couple dozen of you in here right now. We'll get started with the previews here in just a moment. First, we'll talk about some of the action from last night. Certainly a fun night, wild night here of some action from yesterday. And how'd you guys fare with some of the games with, the Philadelphia Eagles really taking it to the Washington Commanders there last night. Hope you guys caught the guys here on our stream with razor sharp picks. We had the guys here from Sports Money and a live stream last night, companion stream with the football game. I was having some fun in the chat last night, and we had a great game for the most part for quite a bit of the ways, but Philadelphia really pulling away from Washington. It did feel like Washington was okay in the game and that they will, they've overachieved all season so far. So look, no problem here. They lost a big game. They could still come away with a division title. They got a pretty easy schedule coming up. So we'll just see how it goes with the rest of the season in the NFC East. But we did have the premium pick winner here on. I'm sorry, we had the winner here on the show last night with the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought it would be a wild one, and I did go over as my premium pick, but that wasn't gonna come through the way those teams started. Look, division game ended up being a pretty tough defensive game there last night as Philadelphia came from behind a bit to win, and the Eagles improved to 8-2. Washington 7-4. Saquon Barkley, big game, 146 yards rushing, touchdown runs in the fourth quarter, 23 and 39 yards. Jalen Hurts, 220 yards passing, 40 yards on the ground. The Eagles defense had 3 sacks, a fourth down stop, an interception, and well, they might have some kicking issues, but they still got it done. And Jaden Daniels, just 191 yards, interception, 3 sacks, did throw a touchdown, but the Eagles with the win last night. We did have a premium pick winner in football, in college football, with the total to go over in the game between East Carolina and Tulsa last night. As it was a bit of a wild one, but also we did have the winner there with Tulsa getting the money plus the points here on the show. All right, we'll cover a few more items from yesterday, but let's say hello to everyone in the chat. We'll get people rolling in. We've got the drawing here. We're 0 for 4 this week with the consensus parlay free roll. We'll see who wins it tonight. All you have to do to qualify for our parlay free roll is comment in the YouTube comments, and you can have a chance to win our consensus play parlay, whatever they are. We don't know yet. The action's flying fast and furious already here on the morning steam. So there's been 3 steam moves, I think, since we've been on the air here for about 5 or 6 minutes. So let's see what you have here. Let's see what we got. We know we got a backyard brawl in basketball here tonight. Now, I don't have this one teed up to cover here on our college coverage tonight, but West Virginia has taken on Pittsburgh over in Justin's neck of the woods here, and the steam is coming in right now on the over. Just moments ago, it was low as 147, but we're going to see 148.5 or higher here tonight with West Virginia and Pittsburgh. Premium steam play coming in right now. Also, they did steam right in front of that, West Virginia. So that one could be personnel related. I don't know if we're going to have time to look at it here, but both West Virginia and the over has taken steam here just moments ago here on the morning steam. Also another one that came in here since we've been on the air, and there have been plenty of action here all over the board this morning as I've been preparing for the show. Watching a little tennis action here. They're in a tiebreak right now. In the first set, we did give out Zverev to win here over Alcaraz. I'm kind of peeking around the corner here at the scores, but there is another match later on, but I wasn't comfortable in making a pick until we know what happens in this one, in this format. The next match could, is going to result, there's going to be some motivation could change depending on the outcome of the first match here at the ATP finals. They try to get in the semifinals here for this weekend, and I think Zverev just won the first set there. So he takes it down here, I believe 7-4, 7. Yeah. He did just take the tiebreaker, though, I'm pretty sure. I just catching a glimpse here of him celebrating the winner and heading over to the break. So there we go. It was 7-5 in the tiebreaker there. So we're up already here, hopefully, in that one. All right, let's see. What was another move? Manhattan plus 8.5 here against Fordham. Today was a steam move that came in. Like I said, we'll preview about 7 or 8 games in college basketball. It's not a bad card here of college basketball action here tonight on a Friday. It's going to be our featured coverage, probably NBA Cup, maybe with 4 good college football games to discuss, 4 okay games for a Friday night. We'll take it. And also NHL 5-game card here as well. And let me know what I'm missing here. Soccer action today. Nations League is probably the feature. There's also World Cup qualifying, African Cup of Unders underway, as well as some CONCACAF league here tonight. All right, let me get over there. One more here that came in here right as I was getting online here. Lindenwood and Robert Morris, another game in Pittsburgh tonight, in the moon. And it's going to be under here, 143 at this point with Lindenwood and Robert Morris. That's where the steam came in anyway, just moments ago. All right, let me head on over. Man, a lot of comments coming in. Everyone is chiming in the chat. So we'll give it another minute or two before we get start the show. But remember, if you want to win that parlay, look, it might be just a consolatory prize, if you will. The number of views that the Morning Steam gets on YouTube just shortly before the first game goes off, whatever our parlay is the amount. 1 penny per view. So usually we're getting right now. Yesterday's show was kind of a bummer. I don't think we made 300 views on YouTube yesterday, but no doubt there is a better chance today. I think here on a Friday, maybe we can get up to 350 or 400. And if we got a big card like today, maybe we can get a handful of plays in there and get someone on a roll. Maybe they can, win 50 or something like that. We'll see, but we've struck out so far this week with the consensus parlay. That's okay. Let me just send out a link here. I want my family and friends to join me. They never say hi, so I'm going to send out here, if I can, the link here on Facebook. Hey, thanks for joining me on also Facebook and the Gram here on the Morning Steam. We know most of you come through with YouTube, but I always invite my family to watch, but I guess they never do. Maybe it's too early. But shout out to my family and friends watching me here right now on Facebook. All right, and maybe I never made the post there yesterday, it looks like. So no wonder. There we go. No wonder they can't watch me if I don't send out the stream. So just pardon me here real quick as I invite my family and friends to watch the Morning Steam show. There we go. All right, let me say hello to the comments here. See what you guys are talking about with Paul and Tyson. Look, Tyson looks, I feel pretty good. I could do better with my health, I think, but I feel pretty good at I'm almost as old as Mike Tyson. I think I could go out there and compete in some athletics. I don't think I'd be good in combat sports, but look, he looks pretty solid physically, right? Maybe they say the best shape of his life. And I do know this, Mike Tyson is certainly one of the most skilled boxers in the history of the game through his training regimen when he was young. I don't think he ever really lost much of that, right? I mean, the reason why Mike Tyson was so dominant early in his career, maybe he was a little bit of a powerhouse freak of nature a little bit. But remember his upbringing and all of his, what it took for Tyson to get to the top. Never mind the downfall. Never mind the cute interview with the little girl where Mike didn't know he was talking last night or whatever it was to the young lady. And he was so, he was talking about death and whatever. All right. A little steam coming in right now. Massachusetts Lowell. We're going to touch on it all here. Massachusetts Lowell here tonight, plus the points, taking some steam here right now in their game tonight with Gonzaga. All right. I know Gonzaga is going to be taking on my San Diego State Aztecs on Monday night, but they're going to tune up here with a game against Massachusetts Lowell. They're actually taking Lowell here, plus the points at 26.5. Okay, whatever. All right, let me say hello to everyone. and see what I just figure everyone's going to talk about that. Joe T's got the wrench, and he's here early this morning. He says, good luck today. He went 1-1 on his plays yesterday, nothing yet, but that's okay. We're going to have a bunch of plays. I've only got about 80 plays on the show. So, hey, everyone, say hello to my right-hand man. He's my Ed McMahon, Thomas Lewis. Good morning, Thomas. Let's like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money Network, here on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up, like and share, and make sure you follow us here on the Sports Money Network. I guess most of you already are. Mr. Vape, thank you. Today, here's a little extra basketball for you. I don't know if I'll get together anything in the EuroLeague play today, but there are 4 games in EuroLeague basketball. Here he says, go with Panathinaikos here against Bologna. Panathinaikos about a 5.5 point favorite. The moves actually come in on Bologna here in this one. So I'll fire it up and see. We got some steam play action here. More steam, man. How are we going to get through this show with everything going on? Penn State taking steam here right now in college basketball tonight. They're in a matchup here with Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, this game is being played in Baltimore, but Penn State right now taking the steam here. Looks pretty good at 6.5, maybe 7 here against Virginia Tech today. We'll kind of talk about that, maybe get you a pick in that one with Penn State right now taking the steam here on the morning steam. Also, just moments ago, Loyola Chicago taking some steam here right now in their matchup against Princeton. They were a 2-point dog, but they're probably going to be a 1.5 point dog. Maybe could go to a pick 'em here today with Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago on the road here against Princeton. Good morning to Joe Alvarado, Bobby Mack. Also, good morning. And Jermaine here today. Here's Patrick. Nice to have Patrick here today. Appreciate you. M Looks is here. Looks like we got a good crowd of regulars. Chat all stars. Hello, stars. Truth Teller here says the Chiefs will win. I guarantee you Chiefs. He's guaranteed a Chiefs. I'm going to fill it in, and he's saying Chiefs win here on Sunday. Look, everyone's talking about Mahomes as an underdog against the Bulls. Cliff Floyd here, ready to roll with some NBA Cup action. I think we're going to start with NBA Cup, actually. We'll get rolling here. And Terrell Westbrook says Jaden is, having a little bit of a slump here a little bit with that. Let's see here. Jake Dye here today. He said, I just missed with that Eagles. It just never got clicking with the offenses, maybe the way we were expecting here yesterday. And Saquon did go off there at the end of the game for sure. Good old Land Clark will be the referee in that game with the Chiefs. Okay, let's see who else we got here. Hey, everyone. You This Read Wrong is here today. Hello. Johnny Walker here. Also, Curtis is here today. Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything. And I think we're getting through it here. Good night, Munchie. Good night, Munchie is here today. And I think that might be it in the chat here, but appreciate that. A few more Philly Eagle Flyer rolling in here as well. Good conversation. Thank you, everybody. All right. Got a big card, so probably not much time to waste here with the action tonight. I don't think maybe we'll just touch on the results here as we go along. We came out in the green there a little bit yesterday with some of the plays here, including we did not strike it in the NBA last night. We took Dallas as our premium pick play, but in the NHL, we did have premium pick winners. We had the Sharks and the Rangers game to go under. We also had premium pick winner Minnesota Wild on the puck line over Montreal. As I said, it sounded like a blowout. It was 3-0. We had Nashville and Edmonton game to go under, and we took the Islanders and the Canucks to go over for our premium picks. In hockey, basketball winners last night included Southern Illinois plus the points against Oklahoma State. We had Chattanooga laying a dozen points against Moorhead here. And also premium pick winner last night in Jacksonville over South Carolina State. We also had Maryland, Baltimore County to roll over Coppin as part of our plays last night. And you can get my plays over at the Winnable app. I'm going to hopefully give you a bunch of free winners here in just a moment, but you can catch all my action here for the rest of the day. I'm going to be here for about 2 hours, but I have more plays available. If you head on over to winnable.com and you can check out my action here, follow my action by clicking the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen there, and you can get additional plays from me for free in some other sports, sometimes some major sports, but I also have some higher rated plays. My best plays go behind this paywall over there at winnable.com. You can get for just $20 a month all those plays, 67 cents a day, but you can use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off that. Get 50 cents a day, and you get more plays. Really just my recommendations of the card here. I want you to know what I'm on in many of these games. I look at every game pretty much, so I just put my best plays up there. I used to charge $25, $35, $45 for a bunch of plays over there at a previous channel I was on, but here you just follow along. Very inexpensive. This is how you support me here at the Sports Money Network. I'll be here 7 days a week, pretty much every day except for the All-Star break. So catch me here with the show. All right, let's say hello again to a few more folks and get started with the show. Let's see if anybody else rolled in. We got about 50 of you in here right now, so I think we can get rolling here with the action tonight in the NBA. Yep, okay. Here we go. Let's start it off. Let's not waste any time here and talk about the NBA Cup. And we'll start it off here with the Sixers and the Magic. In this one, there's been a bit of a move here, it feels like, on the Magic. There is some widely reported steam that came in overnight here on the Magic, and the under also taking big steam. Look, actually, these the moves on these totals came kind of early. We've known about these matchups for a couple of days, and the lines have been out. But man, this one just keeps heading down. The early sendouts on this, now we know we have big personnel issues here, but it was much, much higher than this line that you see here. In fact, right now it's even down to 210.5 with the 76ers and the Magic here in this one. Let's take a look at some of the trends maybe for these two teams, because in general, Philadelphia's really had a nice series. Hey, I want to get a little more steam here. Mentioned that game between Longwood and Robert Morris took a bunch of steam on the under, but also they are pounding Robert Morris. Look, there's a lot of talk. Lindenwood's team is not really even Division I caliber here at this point. Now, that doesn't remains to be seen, but Robert Morris right now, this thing's already 6.5. It's going through the roof, it seems like, here at this point with some steam. Robert Morris, heavy steam here, it feels like, against Lindenwood here. All right, let's talk about this NBA action here with the 76ers and the Magic. Like I said, this for me, has pretty much been a 76ers series here, right, overall, between these two. But, man, the Magic are almost unstoppable here at home, it seems like, right now, even with their personnel issues. Like I said, both teams having certainly some personnel issues. You could say what you want about Joel Embiid, right, getting in there the way he has, but remember, even if he's in and out of the lineup right now, man, he looked just awful in that last performance. Everyone commenting about how lethargic he looked out there on the court. So let me get a steam play here to you in college basketball for today. It's game number 3 college football. Let me correct it here. If I can get that to you, college football action here this weekend with North Texas and UTSA. We're seeing some action here right now. Get that to you. It is under in North Texas and UT. That's tonight. That's a game. That's our game tonight. North Texas and UTSA. We're seeing heavy steam here to the under right now. We know it's an outrageous game. The total is at 72, but maybe it's going to head under, maybe headed to 71 here with North Texas and UTSA. Steam to the under here right now. They've already steamed UTSA in this one, but now we're seeing steam. This is like a pick 'em, right? And the total 72. So they're basically saying this game is going to be about 35 to 35 tonight. So that one could be fun, but you got to compete with all these other games. All right. Anyway, talking about the injuries here with this one. Embiid is probable, but he just looks just dreadful out there. Certainly can peak up and play a little better, but we know Paul George also probable finally here for the Sixers. Maxey is out. Banchero, of course, is out for the Magic. The Philadelphia 76ers have won 5 straight times when coming in here to Orlando. And they've also beaten Orlando in 14 of the last 15 games overall. But again, Orlando just on fire here lately. They are 5 straight at home here, and that dates back a little bit to last season, but they also covered in 10 of their last 11, dating back to last year. All right, we can't spend too much time on these, but let me know what you have here with the 76ers and the Magic here today. We're going to start off with Thomas will get us going here with the Magic. Robert McCormick is on the Magic here in this one. Thomas is on the under. Fernando got a good number apparently last night here. Indiana's gone, let's see here, 4-0 to the over at home so far this season. Let's see what else we got here. Ray Otachi on the Sixers. Good morning to Ray. And any others here? Jermaine's got a ton of props here. Might have to take a screenshot of this one. And Thomas says he'll take the Sixers here to win as well. Yep. Look, so the Sixers got their 2 big guns in there tonight. They've dominated this series, but obviously Orlando is kind of on a high here right now as well. So let me correct my numbers there, though, on that total. What did I say? They'd gone over. Orlando's gone under in 5 of their 7 games as a favorite here, and Philly's gone over in 5 of their 8 games as an underdog. Let me just correct that there. I was looking at the wrong game. Chosen one here is on the Sixers as well. Orlando 5-1 against the spread at home so far this season. The Sixers are just 3-8 against the spread overall here, as they've just been pretty woeful, no doubt. I've got to try the Magic here to stop the tide. Just feels like the Sixers maybe are a little bit of a mess here. They certainly look, they've got these guys in there. They've dominated Orlando. Orlando's without their big star. I get all that, but the momentum feels good here. And, well, you guys will just go against me here. Consensus play, Philadelphia. I get it. I mean, they've owned this. You got Embiid going to go out there and probably get right back into it, even though he looks so dreadful in that last game. Everyone was dribbling on by him, slam dunking, and he just looked winded. So Philadelphia is our consensus play here in this one. All right. Furman just took some steam in some college basketball, so I'll pass that one along here on our coverage here. This is Furman against Tulane. They were a 3.5-point favorite at home, but probably 4 or more now here with Furman. All right, let's take a look here. Joe T's on Orlando as well. Yeah, they're just, not looking Philly, just whatever's wrong with them here. Look, this would be the spot to change it when you're against a team that, quite frankly, they've dominated. Some steam coming in here right now on the Iowa Hawkeyes in college basketball tonight against Washington State. Iowa was a 4.5-point favorite, but right now they're heading to 5.5, it looks like here, or higher. Iowa taking steam tonight against Washington State. Fat Panda, hello. Yep, could be. This might be the spot here on the road. Okay, let's go. Let's continue on here. And I guess against the consensus. All right, next up, we've got the Heat taking on the Pacers here in this one. You've got the Pacers favored by 4, the total about 228.5 here in this one. All right, this has been a pretty much an under series between these two teams, but the widely reported steam did come in on the over. This one was maybe as low as 226 on the general opener here, it felt like, but 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams in Indiana have gone under. We've seen these teams trending a little bit over so far this season. Miami's 3-1 to the over as an underdog. Meanwhile, Indiana's 4-0 to the over at home so far this season. Indiana also 3-1 against the spread at home. And even though Miami just 4-6 against the number, all 4 of those spread wins have come on the road, maybe in Miami Heat fashion. But all right, see what you guys want to do maybe here with the Heat taking on the Pacers tonight. Go to the chat and see what we got. Nothing yet from you guys. Oh, here we go. Thomas says the Pacers are kind of on the fade train for him a little bit right now. And like I said, man, these two teams, series history under, but maybe this season they're going a little bit over here. Right now, but 7 out of 9 here. These are, semi-frequent opponents here right now. So Robert McCormick is going to be on the under here in this one. I kind of want to do it too, but again, that steam coming in and it's going a little bit higher. Fat Panda is on the Heat. Let me take a look at a little bit of market action maybe with this one. This one, let me see. The send out was much, much higher. Again, big time moves here a little bit, it feels like, but some books open this one much, much higher. There's room to run, I guess. Robert Franklin is on the under here. All right, I'm hemming and hawing a little bit already on the show here right now, but I'll take the under here as well with Bobby Mack, I think. I'm going to trust that series history, I guess, a little bit. But no doubt these two teams are playing a little bit to the over thus far. Both teams are under 500. Remember, Indiana 5-6 so far, 3-1 straight up at home. Miami is 4-6. They're 1-3 straight up as an underdog here. I'm going to take the under in this one. We got some steam here right now in one of our big college basketball games of the night. Ohio State and Texas A&M steam to the over here right now. They already steamed Texas A&M, and now they're steaming this one over 146 and a half or higher with Ohio State and Texas A&M. And hello to Razor here this morning. Hopefully you caught the guys last night with our companion show for Monday Night Football. Guys had a really good time, and I was hanging out in the chat there with the guys last night. Appreciate it, Razor. Have a great day today. Let's move on to the next one here with the Pistons taking on the Raptors here on the road. The Pistons have had the better of this series recently. Right now, the Pistons have covered 11 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams here. For the Raptors are obviously on a losing streak right now, and it's not going well here for Toronto with these losses here. They were on a long road trip. It just didn't work out. They did get the money in a few of them, but wore down there and only scored 85 points at Milwaukee last time out to end the road trip. So they're coming back in here tonight. The widely reported steam did come in on Detroit, and also it came in on the under here. Detroit's been a solid under so far, particularly on the road, going under in 5 of their 6 road games. But Toronto's 5-0 to the over at home. So what are you going to do here in this one with the Pistons and Toronto? Detroit so far 0-2 against the spread on the road, but we're looking at a near pick'em here right now. Currently, I'm showing the Pistons are about a 2-point favorite, and the total 224 and a half or so. Toronto, one of the worst teams right now in the league, no matter how you look at it. They are 2-10 overall, but they're 2-3 at home. So maybe just the team has been struggling. They're not putting it together very well, but they were on a long road trip. Detroit so far 5-8 overall, 2-4 straight up on the road, but they have gone 6-3-1 against the number in their last 10 games here as we start the season. They're 7-5-1 overall. Toronto actually has been a good cover. Remember, they've been one of our favorites here, getting the points a lot of times. So I don't mind that too much. But, when you're looking for a team to back, we like teams with poor win-loss records and a great spread record. Sometimes it's kind of the sneaky way to go. But, all right. Go ahead, gang. This one might be a little tough, but again, Detroit playing so much better. Well, I say so much better, but again, just 5-8. Remember, they started 0-3 though, right? Pistons and Raptors tonight. NBA Cup, remember. We probably should put the records in there, the teams, but I guess even if you're 0-1 or something, you got a chance here. Let's see what we got from the crew. I'm going to start it off here. I'll find my place. Robert Franklin will start us off. He's on the Pistons here in this one. So is Thomas. And chosen one is, he wants the injuries. He wants injuries to work out here before he pulls the trigger. So, and Ivy definitely questionable here in this one. Super true story. Hello, Robert McCormick on the Pistons here. Fat Panda wants to go under in this one. Chosen one says the Pistons have been playing those games in this in overtime. They lost at Milwaukee, 127-120. They beat Miami at home, 123-121. Little prop action. Sports money is money. Thomas Bird says go over. These two teams will pump it up. And it's a consensus play here. Detroit tonight on the road against Toronto. Two consensus plays. Someone's going to be rolling here tonight. All right. Oh, I guess I'll make a play then on the total. If you guys are going with Detroit, I'm going to pivot a little bit to give another play out since Detroit seems to be the overwhelming choice. I could take a shot here with maybe a little more action. Look, that steam did come in. Here's a lean to the over there. Okay. Thank you, Joe. Like I said, that widely reported steam did come in on the under here. And what is it now? I'm saying 225 here. Take a peek here at something. And let's see what that number was when they hit it here with Detroit. They hit it at 227. So yeah, it's lost a couple of points of value here, it feels like right now. All right, fam. I'll tack on with you here. I'm going to try the under. I agree with the pace of play here that was talked about, but I'm just going to tail this steam here a little bit. You guys are on Detroit. I'll try the under. It's only been going under, it feels like right now. Like I said, Toronto definitely having some issues scoring, but again, that maybe been on the road a little bit. They are I think they had gone under in 5 straight on those road games, if I'm not mistaken. And then, like I said, 5-0 to the over at home, though, but Detroit under on the road. Okay. Well, here we go. Wine time in the chat. He's ready for the high school action tonight. Let's move on with the Wizards and the Hawks here in this one. You got the 2-8 Wizards taking on the 5-7 Hawks. The Wizards are another team on a pretty big losing streak here right now. But again, this is an opponent they've had some success against. Washington has covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, including 4 of the last 5 games here in Atlanta. Atlanta's been trucking here with some overs of late. Both these teams heavy to the over here so far this season. The widely reported steam came in on the over in this one, and why not? At 238, now up to 240 or so. Atlanta's 10-2 to the over so far this season, including 5-1 to the over as a favorite. Washington also trending over. 6 of their 10 games have gone over. Both these teams struggling to cover numbers here so far this season. Atlanta at least is 3-3 straight up as a favorite. That's not necessarily great, but Washington just 2-8 so far overall with this losing streak here right now. Again, they were also on a 4-game road trip where they lost them all. They did cover the last game against against the Spurs, but just by a half a point. So Washington, though, has gotten the best of Atlanta in this series here. The widely reported steam also came in on Washington here tonight. Okay, if you guys, this isn't a great game, certainly, with all of our games here. We'll skip this one in March, it feels like. There's Mikey Money. Thank you, Mikey, for a great show last night that you guys put on. Justin is going to come in with this one. Hawks team total over here. Look, I guess it would still go over tonight, it feels like. All right. Robert Franklin says, I'll try the Wizards here plus those points. And he says it's 10 possibly here now. And I'm showing some 9.5s for sure out there. Kind of want to do Washington here. So let me roll with that. I'm going to try Washington here. Look, it may go over this big number. I'm sure here tonight. Thomas saying, looking good with our tennis here, right? Are we looking okay with Zverev? He says, okay, I'll take it. And don't forget, we're in the WNBA Cup. Justin says Thomas is on Washington here. And here's Thomas, Washington plus the points as well. Here's Robert McCormick on the Wizards. A lot of Wizards support here. Okay, man, we might have a 10-teamer tonight. Why not? Jermaine says it will be wild with the in-season tournament tonight. It does feel like it. I'm really I'm ready to have a good night. I'm ready to have a good night. All right, here we go. Got to keep it rolling here with the Nets taking on the Knicks. Here in this one, you got the Knicks double-digit favorite here at -10, maybe 9.5 here. Total at 215. Brooklyn coming in 5-7. The Knicks just 5-6. We blow them up every time, saying how great the Knicks are, but so far just five, a little bit under 500 here right now. Uh, Brooklyn is 2-4 on the road so far, but man, we know Brooklyn's been the team to cover numbers so far this season. No matter what, it feels like the Brooklyn Nets are getting the money every time. Now the Knicks have won 5 straight meetings against the Nets. They've also covered in 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, but we know Brooklyn's our moneymaker. It feels like right now the Knicks are just a 50-50 proposition pretty much against the spread so far. But Brooklyn, despite this 5-7 record, is 9-3 against the spread, 5-1 against the spread on the road, 7-2 against the spread as an underdog, and you're getting these big points here against the Knicks on a Friday night. I probably want to try the Brooklyn Nets here, is what it feels like to me. But let's see what you guys have in this one with the Nets and the Knicks. It's a consensus playback with the Washington Wizards there. More consensus action. Three of the 4 games so far. If we hit this one tonight, someone's going to have a good weekend. All right, here we go. Chosen One says the Wizards still. Oh, we're on that other game. Here we go. Thomas is on Brooklyn. Chosen One says, give me the Nets in the first half plus the points. And Thomas says, maybe it won't be a blowout here. Robert McCormick says, take the Nets. Chosen One says the Nets are covering big time so far in the first half. Is that what that says right there? Is that the spread record, I would assume? Okay, Robert Franklin says, oh, take the Knicks here. Oh, wait. Well, he says plus 10. Not sure about that one, actually. I think that's it so far for you guys. I'll take the Nets here again. Kind of going against it. This has been a good series for the Knicks here for sure. Maybe they can. Maybe this one you do kind of get up for because of the. I don't even know if that's a rivalry, Brooklyn and New York, here a little bit. All right. Robert McCormick says the Nets are 5-0 against the spread. Their last 5. They just cover anything. It feels like at this point. All right, we're almost halfway through the NBA card here. Let's move on with the Bulls taking on the Cavs here in this one, and you've got the undefeated Cavaliers here at 10.5-point favorite. They're 13-0, total 237.5 here. The Bulls. I think I tried to go under in the last Bulls game, if I'm not mistaken. And why would you do that at this point? They've been making sure all their games go over. But I will say, when these two teams meet, 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under, including 5 of the last 6 here in Cleveland have gone under between these two teams. So what are you going to do when these two collide here tonight? The widely reported steam did come in on the over. These two teams have combined to go 15-10 to the over so far this season. Cavaliers 9-4 against the spread with that undefeated record so far. They're also 7-4 against the spread as a favorite. Chicago is 4-3 against the spread on the road, and they've also won 4 of 7 on the road. They've actually been better on the road than they have been at home. The widely reported steam came in on the over here, and we're up to 237. All of a sudden, these numbers are real big. It feels like here tonight. Let's take a look at the picks from the chat. And Thomas says, maybe these prices are getting a little bit high. I want to say hello to Fap Fap Win. How have you been, Fap Fap? Nice to see you here today. Appreciate that. Going to take the Bulls in the fourth quarter. Great to see Fap Fap here. Robert is going under here in this one. Kind of rely on maybe that season series. Maybe it'll be a little bit, maybe they can keep it down here in this one. And Fernando says, maybe this is the spot finally here for the Bulls. Robert McCormick going over here in this one. And Joe says he likes this one over for sure. And the total's just been going up, up, up with these two. All right, I think we're done. I think you guys are done here with the pick in this one. And man, that number's pretty high here at this point. It does feel like maybe the Bulls can get the money. Let me give a little steam here in college basketball before I decide on a play maybe here. Right now, Maryland Eastern Shore taking a little bit of steam here tonight in college basketball in their matchup. Let me see what we got here. Maryland Eastern Shore against Old Dominion. It was 13, but now we're going to be looking at a 12 here right now with Maryland Eastern Shore taking some steam here. I'm expecting much more steam here from the extra board here in the next hour or two. We're with you here. So, all right. For me in this one, I'm going to have to trust this series history here. I will go under this big number here tonight, despite these two teams going over here quite a bit this season, or shading to the over anyway this season. Okay, next up, Lakers and the Spurs here. The Lakers, man, look at this. A road favorite here. Look, yeah, maybe they're playing good. They're playing better than maybe people expected at this point. Lakers here 7-4 right now. Spurs are 6-6. We're going to be missing Pop here for a while, but look, I think the Spurs will be okay. Just want Pop to be okay. And the prognosis is good. I think we actually talked about that yesterday. So Lakers on a 3-game winning streak. The Spurs have won a couple of games in a row here as well. Spurs beat Washington here at home, and they also beat Sacramento here at home. Of course, we're loading up on home games here right now for San Antonio. For the Lakers, their 3-game winning streak included home wins over Memphis, Toronto, and Philadelphia. The widely reported steam did come in here on the under in this game. This series has been pretty much dominated by the Lakers. They've won 6 of the last 7 games between these two teams, and the Lakers have won 8 of the last 10 games here in San Antonio. And these two franchises don't look too different here right now than they did at least last year. And we know that that encompasses a few years beyond that, but LeBron's been a part of the situation, of course. The Lakers have gone over in 6 of their 11 games so far. Pretty nondescript for these two teams as far as the total here is concerned. But the Lakers so far just 1-4 against the spread on the road so far this season. And we know Wembanyama, look, what can you say? He's really playing terrific here right now, a dominant force, feels like, here in the league at this point. Get your comments on this one. Lakers are having trouble definitely getting it done on the road here, spread-wise right now. They still are 4-3 against the spread as a favorite, though. See if there's anything here. Here's Chosen One on the Spurs. Ray says, give me the Lakers on the money line. Robert's on the under here. And Fat Panda maybe lean into the Spurs here in this one. And I'm going to take the Spurs here as well against the Lakers. Look, I respect that the Lakers have done well against them right now, but maybe we're getting a little fat with the Lakers here, Fat Panda, right? So I'll try the Spurs. Lakers, like I said, 1-4 against the spread on the road so far, despite that success. Chosen One says, look, the Spurs have won 5 of their 7 games. Not only Lakers 1-4 against the spread on the road, but also 1-4 straight up. So, all right. And maybe Thomas still says the Lakers will keep it rolling here right now. I just think the Spurs, remember, they're 6-6. And they, we've seen progression from the Spurs, a steady progression here. But again, they were losing a lot of games despite, remember how how nice Wembanyama's been as a pro so far. It's been a learning curve. Hey, here's a little hockey steam coming in right now with Utah tonight taking some steam against the Vegas Golden Knights. We know the Golden Knights have struggled here against this franchise anyway when they were Arizona. For whatever reason, Vegas was having trouble playing in Arizona. Now they'll play, of course, in Utah, but again, Utah pretty nice home ice advantage here. Steam on Utah here. They were plus $1.10 or so, but right now they are going to be here. Probably even money here. It looks like maybe even a favorite soon. All right, here we go. We're going to keep it. Oh, let me get your plays. That's what we want to do, right?
Steam play.
Hold on a moment here, fam. Here we go. All right. Oh, no, we got the plays there in that one. Let's see here. Good morning to Markel today. Thank you for coming. And maybe here's the other thing, right? Maybe the Lakers love the in-season tournament more, but maybe it is something that the Spurs could hang their hat on too. Okay. I'll try the Spurs. Next up, the Suns are going to take on the Thunder here in this one. You've got the Thunder coming in 10-2. The Suns are coming in 9-3. This is a nice matchup here right now as we're finally realizing the full potential of these two clubs. It feels like, funny thing about the Suns, right? They were a franchise in disarray with their previous ownership. And, even when the new owners came in, season was kind of going, and you couldn't fix things necessarily. But you know what? We might have a little bit more stable ownership group here that can allow Phoenix to thrive here. Now, this series has been, in favor, certainly, of Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City has won 19 of the last 22 meetings between these two teams at Oklahoma City at home anyway, right? So the total has gone over in 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. So what you get is Oklahoma City winning in a high-scoring game, pretty much. The Thunder are 7-4 against the spread so far as a favorite. This one's pretty high, 7.5 here, 229 here. Maybe it's starting to go under a little bit here. Phoenix just 4-8 against the spread, despite that 9-3 record. They're also 2-3 against the spread as an underdog here. See if you guys have anything here in this one with Phoenix and OKC. No Durant still, of course. We know he's going to be out for a while. We know Chet Holmgren is out. Thunder have kind of a bit of an injury list for the most part, but guys that we know have already been out. Nothing I don't think is really factored too heavily into the line. Bradley Beal definitely out with that calf problem, and Nurkic here is questionable. Comments in the chat here, maybe with this one. Let's see what you got. And maybe it's Oklahoma City here for Thomas to come on late. Fat Panda says lay it here with OKC. Maybe the Suns have been, look, again, the Suns have been playing well, but they're not covering spreads. They are 3-3 against the spread on the road so far, though. They haven't been covering mostly as a favorite. 20-point win, Pat Panda. Ray Otachi says take the Suns team total under. Robert McCormick is on the over here. Thomas likes the under in this one. Chosen one will lean to OKC as they continue to play here right now. Homestand, 3-1 on this homestand currently. I'm going to try the over here in this one at a big number here of 229. Like I said, it's actually gone down here. I'll leave it at 229 on the screen. Give me the over with Phoenix and Oklahoma City. Clippers going to take on the Rockets here in this one. You got the 8-4 Rockets. Look at these teams in the West here. Rockets on a 3-game winning streak. The Clippers have lost 2 straight here right now to continue. Look, I've been happy with the Clippers for the most part, but they're just 6-6 here right now. They are 3-2 on the road, but 3-5 as an underdog. Clippers are 4-1 against the spread on the road here so far, and they've had a nice time against the Rockets in the last couple of seasons here in the season series. The Clippers have won 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Houston. They've also won 9 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams overall. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game. Current line right there, 215 it looks like, but I'm showing it right now at maybe 214.5. That's okay. These teams have been a solid under, though, this season. Both teams are 4-7-1 to the under so far this season. Clippers are 1-3-1 to the over on the road. Meanwhile, Houston's 3-5-1 to the under. Did I say under? Clippers 1-3-1 to the under on the road. Houston 3-5-1 to the under at home. I know the Clippers have felt very, very solid here in these unders, but the steam came in on the over. Still one of the lower totals here on the board. What do you guys have here in this one? I'm taking the under here for sure with the Clippers and the Rockets right now. Like I said last show, I think I want under in a lot of Clippers games here. All right, Thomas says Thomas loves tennis. Thomas, I don't know if Thomas is a big time old school tennis fan like I am, or if he's just gotten into it because I'm into it. But I know this, Thomas knows we're on a winning streak right now in tennis. Is it 4 days in a row? Are we undefeated for 4 days in a row? Catch me over at Winnable. That's where I'm putting the tennis plays here. They're giving Carlos Alcaraz a nice round of applause here, but he just had a rough week with some illness here. So that's what I like to pay attention. The great thing about tennis is you really can get in-depth coverage if you look hard enough at the hardcore tennis beat writers and get the lowdown on what things. And these events are really great when you have the elite players. So, but tennis match celebration. Oh, let me do it, Thomas. All right. It says get paid every day with tennis. We got some good matches. Hopefully we get around to handicapping them though too with all the action. Sometimes some of my sports that I do well on get ignored with so many games. All right, chosen one going under here. Maybe Justin's on a double with Harden. Ray's on the over here though. And let's see what else we've got here. Hey, I want to say hello to Tony Smith here today. Hi, Tony. Thank you. He said he had that game to go under last night. Nice job, Tony. Robert Mack says he'll take the under here as well. Thomas said he's been out there. He's hit the ball a few times. Maybe, Thomas, I said I'm going to join the senior pickleball tour eventually here if we don't pick any winners. And thank you, Chase. Chase, thank you so much. Chase was our winner on the consensus parlay yesterday, and Chase never got started, unfortunately, with the because we had Utah Valley on that first play. I had mentioned right at we were out to get the end of the show, and I said, "Oh, I'll put in the parlay at 4 o'clock," but I forgot that Utah Valley was an early start at 10 a.m. and Chase was done by by noon. So, but congratulations on getting the chance there, Chase, and appreciate the donation on the super chat. Thank you, Chase. Awesome. All right. What else do we have here? Remember, all you got to do to get involved with, so far, we've got 3 consensus plays, man. And who's going to win it today? All you got to do is comment in the chat. We got 35 commenters so far on the show. 35 chat all stars. All right. And yeah, we might have a play in that second match here, Thomas, but we needed to see what was happening here with the first match because it was possibly going to affect the second match here on that side of the pool with the match coming up between Rude and Rublev here. And I want to see if this line moves at all right now. Rublev, $1.70 favorite against Casper Rude here. In the next match. So we'll probably have a little something, I'm thinking. Okay, here we go. In this one, I did take the under. Keep it going here with the Nuggets taking on the Pelicans here. You got MVP. I think Nikola Jokic has already clinched the MVP award this season, despite the team just being 7-3, just 7-3 so far. Jokic has been truly outstanding this season. The Pelicans, not so much here. The Pelicans coming in on a losing streak again, 3-9. We've got players here kind of banged up here. The Pelicans running is it a G League roster out there right now? Where's Billy to give me the update on some of this stuff here with Alvarado currently out right now, and also Zion out. DeJounte Murray's been out, of course. Jokic does have an injury designation, a personal personal issues. So we'll see if that is a problem. Maybe that is reflected here in the line. I would think that, quite frankly, if he was going to be, maybe it isn't great for Jokic here, whatever the situation is. I don't think they've revealed it here. It does say personal, but you'd think the Nuggets would be a much bigger favorite here. So maybe the writing is on the wall with this game, actually, that he might not make the game here, because I would think they'd be, I don't know, 6, 7, 8-point favorite here right now, given the status of the Pelicans coming in. The widely reported steam did come in on the Pelicans. It also came in on the under, despite the fact that these two teams are heavy over teams so far this season. These two teams have combined to go 15-6-1 to the over so far. Denver's gone over in 5 straight. New Orleans is 5-0-1 to the over at home. The Nuggets are 3-0 to the over on the road. But they still steamed it under here, I guess because of the situation of some of these players being out. But New Orleans 3-9, 2-10 against the spread so far, including 1-6 against the spread as an underdog. But Denver's 2-5-1 against the spread as a favorite, as they're often, overvalued here. They're 6-2 straight up as a favorite. All right, let's see what you guys have here in this one. Again, heavy over teams. I don't know if it necessarily changes the pace, even if these players are out, but again, 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams in New Orleans have gone under. All these games have, it feels like, more conflicting information than a regular day. Justin says it is a maternity situation here for Joker. That sounds legit there for sure. All right, let me go back here and find the plays from the chat. Let's see, we go here. where is SGA, right? Could he challenge for this right now with this Thunder team? I think here's the thing, Chase. Can SGA keep it up? There's no doubt that Chet Holmgren makes him, even when they aren't singing about cell phone service, they're a pretty awesome tandem here. And now SGA is going to have to accept a lot of that load without Chet for the next two. We said 2 and a half months. It could be longer, right? The this broken hip. Uh, it could take longer. Okay, here we go. Fernando's going to take the Pelicans here to keep it close here tonight. And thank you, Justin. Yep, congratulations. You got to respect our man Jokic, right? Because of his interest in harness racing. I know that, for our crew, these guys love harness racing. They could have the biggest races in the world going off, right? The biggest thoroughbred races going off. And our sports money crew is going to be hanging out at Flamborough Downs. All right, here we go. Nasty Nate says Celtics are going to, he's already talking about tomorrow's games. Hello to Ron Young in the chat. Here is Thomas on the Nuggets here tonight. And Thomas says he'll play. Yeah, but maybe if he's back home, there it might be tough. Maybe he didn't even make the trip, right? You got to wonder now. Thank you for the information. All right. Here, let's see. Right, the old fade. Chase says take the old fade the team with the star, or take the team with the star out. It always works out better. He says, look, yeah, in Denver, if you look at it, like I said, New Orleans is not covering anything right now. They're not playing well for sure. Here's a little hockey steam coming in right now. It's in the game between the Red Wings and the Ducks, and we're seeing the total here being pressured to the over here with the Red Wings and the Ducks. I think those teams are having some, kind of trending under a little bit, but let's just report it as it is. Right now, the Red Wings and the Ducks might be headed, it was 6, but it might be heading to 6.5 here. Steam to the over here, Red Wings and the Ducks. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. And
critical notice.
Man, the action's flying here. Okay, I'm going to make the call here right now with this one between the Nuggets and the Pels here. I'll still try the over in this one. Look, these two, yeah, maybe the series is going under, but we definitely have seen plenty of overs so far. I know we're missing the big-time players here, but the total kind of reflects that, I think, low here. Give me the over tonight with Denver and New Orleans. And now the Grizzlies are going to take on the Warriors here tonight at Golden State. The Warriors are 9-2 straight up. Meanwhile, Memphis comes in with a 7-5 record right now. This has been a strong series in the past for the Warriors here. They have won 5 straight meetings here at home against Memphis coming in. The Warriors right now, not only 9-2 straight up, but also 9-2 against the spread so far. So amazing, right? You would think the Warriors always overrated. Not necessarily right now. Memphis done a nice job here covering numbers here. They are just 1-2 straight up as an underdog, but 2-1 against the spread, 7-4-1 against the spread overall. Just 3-2-1 against the spread on the road here. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here for the last 5 meetings between these two teams at Golden State have gone under, but obviously we're dealing with a pretty high total here right now with it at 236.5 or so. Big news here right now. We're seeing a steam move here in the big game of the weekend with the Bills and the Chiefs. Look, everyone's talking. Mahomes is an underdog. They're taking him right now again for sure. They've already, I'm sure, taken him once, but we're seeing here some heavy action with the Chiefs here right now. It was what, 2, 1.5? This one may move to a pick 'em here. We're seeing steam right here, right now, of all times, to the Chiefs. I don't know if it'll move to a pick 'em, but somebody must be laying a bomb right now on the Chiefs here. We're seeing. I kind of want to peek at this. This is the big game of the weekend, of course, in the afternoon block on Sunday, and I'm not necessarily. There it is. They're 1.5 at Bet Online. I don't know if it's going too heavy here, but again, you have some sharp books still at 2.5. So we're definitely seeing a move here to the Chiefs in the big game this weekend. All right, to no one's surprise, I'm sure. All right, Memphis here in Golden State. The widely reported steam here came in on the over here in this one. Like I said, Warriors have done pretty well in this series. These two teams have combined to go 16-7 to the over here so far this season, although the Warriors are just 2-2 at home to the over-under thus far. But, man, let's see what you guys have here. It's kind of subtle, but could be over here. We know the situation here. They're definitely injury status. One of the more significant ones here, of course, is Ja Morant out right now. Desmond Bane is questionable here. So see what you guys have in this one. Game tonight between Memphis and Golden State. All right, here we go. With, I think I found it here. Here we go. All right, Justin says it took Grizzlies +8 there. Got a good line at this point. And let me see. Is it right now? Is it still? Yeah, it's still 7.5 or so right now. And Chase says, I don't know, Chase. I think, Draymond's playing good. Again, I think when you have a championship player like Curry and you got, Kerr, I think the Warriors are probably going to be formidable moving forward for sure. Right? We know they can get there. Come on. Grizzlies here for Robert Franklin. And what else? Thomas might just tease the Warriors here. Guys are talking about that move that came in. All right. Chase talking about Harrison Butker missing the game here. He's been okay this season. He's got a lot on his mind, obviously. He's obviously, been celebrating this week with the election last week. So, Butker here. All right, here's some steam in college basketball real quick to take our mind away from this one. Monmouth and Rutgers, we're seeing some steam here to the under right now at 145 or so. It was as high as 147, but we're heading south here. They also steamed Rutgers here as a near 20-point favorite or so, but we're seeing heavy steam to the under here right now. Already at least a 2 or 3 point move with Monmouth and Rutgers to the under here. Okay. All right, Fat Panda says he likes the Grizz to cover maybe, but Robert on the Warriors here. And hello to Dana Delp. I will take the Warriors here as well. Give me the Warriors. I'll lay it against Memphis tonight. Last game in the NBA between the Timberwolves taking on the Kings here in this one. You've got Kings coming in 7-5. The Wolves are currently at 6-6. The Wolves are on a 3-game losing streak here right now with those back-to-back losses against Portland earlier in the week. One of them, of course, was the NBA Cup game. So Warriors struggling. Wolves struggling here right now, 4-8 against the spread overall, but the Kings are doing all right after an 0-2 spread start. They've gone 6-3-1 here of late, and they're a home underdog. In this one, the Wolves have done well in this series. They're 5-1 here straight up and against the spread on the road here in Sacramento. Also, 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I'm going over, I think, too. The widely reported steam is on the over here, and the Wolves have gone over in 4 of their 6 road games so far. Sacramento 2-1 to the over as an underdog. I'll take the over here with the Wolves and the Kings tonight. And that's going to do it for the NBA. If you got a pick on this one, let me know. But we got to keep it rolling a little bit. Chosen one on the Wolves maybe here. Justin on the Wolves. Jermaine's got some props here tonight. Fat Panda says the Kings can get this one at home. And Chosen One says, look, DeRozan, I mean, he had a monster game. DeRozan did last time out, but he is doubtful with that back problem. He's been terrific, averaging 23 points per game so far for our man DeMar DeRozan, but also Monk's been out here, right, with that ankle problem. So, yeah, a little bit of issues here for the Kings here tonight. Wolves a favorite on the road. And Robert says he will try the Kings here tonight as a dog. Okay, that's it for the NBA. Thank you, fam. Great job here from the chat all-stars. We're going to keep it moving here quickly right now. We've got a lot of action still to cover, including college football here tonight. 4 games on the card with Wyoming visiting Colorado State and a little Mountain West action here. We've seen widely reported steam already in this one. The steam came in here on Colorado State here and the under as well. Wyoming's done pretty well in this some series between these two Mountain West foes here, but Colorado State is 6-3 this season. Wyoming just 2-7. Wyoming is coming off of a win. They beat New Mexico 49-45 on the road as an underdog. Meanwhile, Colorado State here on a 4-game winning streak right now, and they've been pretty strong as a favorite. 5-1 against the spread for Colorado State, laying points. Wyoming has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams, but they are an underdog here by 10 points or so tonight, the total 47. All right, see if you guys pulling the trigger on this one between Colorado State and Wyoming. Wyoming has gone over in 3 of their 4 road games so far this season, but Colorado State's 1-4 to the under so far. Anything here? Thomas got us started here a little bit with Colorado State and the over. Justin comes right back and says, "I'll try those points with Wyoming here. They've done well, obviously, in this series, so maybe they can get a little healthy here." But Robert McCormick says, "I'm probably going to lay it. I'll lay the big points here." All right, and that widely reported, like I said, that widely reported steam came in about 48.5. Let me see what it was actually. Yeah, it was at 49 here in this one, and right now we're showing it down. What did I say? To 47 here. Here's another play here by Dana. He's on Wyoming, so this one's a mixed bag for sure from everyone's perspective. I'll just try the under here. Going to ride with this steam here a little bit. Colorado State games at home, trending under for sure. Wyoming's been involved in overs, but I'll take the under. All right, next up, we already talked about it, right? We talked about that steam that rolled in here just a little while ago on this one here with North Texas and UTSA game uh, um, under rolled in a little while ago, and we talked about how wild this one should be. Here, total of 70. Still some 72s out there, 71 and a half right now at some other shops. So no matter how you look at it, this one's expected to be right around 35 to 35 or so. Flip a coin. Also, the steam did come in on UTSA in this one. UTSA 4-5, North Texas 5-4, but North Texas has lost 3 straight games. They only scored 3 points against Army last week. They didn't cover at all. They also lost to Tulane 45 to 37. Lost to Memphis 52 to 44. So a losing streak here. They've also failed in 2 straight. These two teams, putting up points for sure, and that's why you see this high total. North Texas 4-0 to the over on the road. UTSA 3-1 to the over as a favorite. UTSA also 3-1 against the spread at home so far this season. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under when they've played at UTSA, and I'm going to think it goes under. If this game ends up 38-35, well then terrific. I'm sure that'll be just wonderful. That still barely goes over here in this one. And look, we've seen some massive numbers by some of these UTSA games. UTSA last game 80 points in the game against Memphis. Before that, 91 points in the game against Tulsa. Before that, 62 points in the game against FAU. So we've seen 4 straight overs here for UTSA. I'm going to go under, though. I'll just be that guy. You score 75. Good on you. All right, let's see here. How does this game not go over? Justin says. Here's North Texas and over for Thomas. Skunt Blasters here. Yay. Skunt says, I'll take UTSA in this one. Ride with that steam a little bit. All they got to do is win. And they are 4-0 at home here so far this season, if you know what I mean. All right. Let's see what else. Anything else there for you guys in this one? Robert on UTSA. All right. Next up, move into some better action or bigger action here right now with UCLA. Is wine time here in the chat still? UCLA taking on Washington here tonight. How's wine time? He's going to go out to a high school game and UCLA's playing. This one's at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific. And not only that, the Bruins on a roll with 3 straight wins here right now for the Bruins. Wins over Iowa, remember last week, as a dog at home. They got it done 20-17. They won as a dog at Nebraska. They beat Rutgers as a dog. You'll see a theme here right now. UCLA getting 3 points from the 4.5 points from the Huskies. It's kind of gone up here a little bit this week. See what you guys going to do here in this one. This one has been a series where the games have gone 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but we know these two teams so far have been pretty big unders right now. Washington 2-8 to the under so far this season, 1-4 to the under at home. Bruins 3-6 to the under so far here this season. Washington doesn't lose at home. They've won 22 of their last 23 games overall. Yeah, they got to cover a number here against a team that's won 3 straight as an underdog, and they've also covered 6 of their last 7 games on the road dating back to last season. So What do you have? This one between UCLA and Washington here tonight. Oops. Get to the comments here and see what you guys want to do here in this one. Oops. There we go. Oh, I might have missed a play here. No, hey, Tom Reghard. Hello. Good morning to you. Sancho, hello. Thank you for joining me. Morgan Spooner here gets us started. Good morning to Morgan. He says take Washington. I don't know if he says lay 4.5 here. I think he means in this one. And Sancho with his plays there. Thank you. Thomas said, he said UTSA and under back in there. Here's Robert's going to take the under here in this one. I'm going to be with Robert here. I'm pretty sure I can't go against these solid under teams here. It feels like right now. That's what I'm going to be doing. Sancho talking hockey here already. Thomas is on UCLA. Dana is on UCLA as well. Here got a little UCLA support. I'll go under in this one. Again, these two teams have combined to go 5-14 to the under so far this season. Like I said, series history definitely to the over here between these two, but Washington here, look, they are favored. They usually score. Obviously, they're going to score more as a favorite, but let me see here. Washington, 3-4 against the spread in conference so far. Bruins have won 12 of 16 in this series, and they are 5-3 against the spread last 8 trips to Seattle. Bruins mentioned that success on the road. They're also 4-0 against the spread as a road underdog. They lost in their only time as a road favorite. Oh, pardon me, guys. There we go. All right, I think that's good for me on this one. I'll take the under. You guys look like you're done as well in the chat. And we got one more here with Houston taking on Arizona. Arizona just 3-6. They haven't really got an acclimated here with a losing streak right now. Maybe the Big 12 is a little bit biting off more than they can chew here a little bit. Right now, Arizona 1-8 against the spread so far this season, 0-5 against the spread at home right now. It just hasn't gone well for Arizona here in the Big 12 here so far. They've allowed 31 points per game in conference so far this season. Arizona just 4-10 against the spread as a home favorite in their last 14 games. They've failed here in 5 straight overall, as I said, with this losing streak. And remember, they were they lost against Central Florida as a big dog or they had a bye last week, but 2 weeks ago they lost 56-12 at Central Florida. They lost at home against West Virginia as a 5.5-point favorite. Got blown out by Colorado, got blown out by BYU. So it's just been a rough situation here for Arizona right now. Meanwhile, Houston doing pretty well here. Houston has covered 2 straight against Kansas State, against Utah. So pretty nice showing here. They were underdogs in both those games and won here straight up. So looks like one team doing pretty okay, maybe even exceeding expectations here. The widely reported steam did come in on Houston, and also widely reported steam did come in on the over. Like I said, Houston so far, they're kind of doing it with defense, believe it or not. I mean, they've gone under. Houston's gone under in 8 of their 9 games so far this season. I'm going to take Houston here for sure, straight up to win this one on the road against Arizona. They look like the better team here at this point, quite frankly. Let's see what you guys have here. And this one's going to be Thomas is right on with me. He said, or I'm right on with him. He probably put that in first. I didn't see it, but also Robert McCormick on Houston. Thomas will go over, though, here with that steam a little bit. Maybe the number is kind of low, but man, Houston. Uh, Arizona's maybe trended under a little bit. Dana Delp says, take Houston. We got some Houston support here. I'm on Houston. I think we got a consensus here with anybody on Arizona. Stop us now. That's it for college football. 4 games. Thank you, everybody. Great job in the chat. We're going to go to hockey next here with our 5-game hockey card. We're cruising along here pretty good. I think we could go a little more in depth in some of the games, but still got, like I said, I picked 7 or 8. Yeah, Houston consensus play. It felt like there nobody was stopping us. Jermaine, team total under. I probably should pivot to the total here if we're going to go consensus. In this, well, I'm gonna be. I got a premium in that one, I think. Okay, I better just go. I'll go with Houston. I said Houston. You guys said Houston. Johnny Walker said Houston. So, and Sancho says, "Let's go to the ice. Let's go. Let's keep it moving here with our 5 games." He likes the Red Wings. He likes them so much. He's got a green check mark and a hammer. Okay, let's get rolling here in the NHL with the Penguins taking on the Blue Jackets here in this one. All right, we'll see what happens here when you got the Blue Jackets 5-8-2. Penguins coming in here at 6-9-3 right now. This has been a good series in the past for the Penguins here, but again, the Blue Jackets, they're on a big-time losing streak right now, but we've talked about how competitive they've been. They're just not good enough. They're going up against Pittsburgh right now, who's not playing very well either. So maybe this could be a spot here for the Blue Jackets. These two teams definitely going over a little bit so far this season. Well, mostly Columbus. Columbus has gone 10-3 to the over as an underdog so far this season. Pittsburgh has gone over 6-3-1 in their last 10 games. This season series definitely goes over here. 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two. Let me close up Merzlikins' goalie there. I'll go to the goalie. We'll make sure on these goalies as well best we can. But these two teams have been going over here for mostly Columbus. Like I said, 10-3 to the over as an underdog so far this season. Pittsburgh 2-3 to the under as a favorite, but as I said, 6-3-1 to the over in their last 10 games. Elvis has a 2-5-1 record with a 303 goals against and 89.5% save percentage. Meanwhile, for Nedeljkovic, 2-3-3, 3.21 goals against and 88.5% save percentage. All right, let's see here what you guys are going to do in this one. I got to take Columbus. I'm not concerned the fact that Pittsburgh here, like I said, the season series is all Pittsburgh. I believe between these two teams, but Columbus has been just fine. It feels like at home so far they're 4-3. Pittsburgh 3-5 on the road. Pittsburgh 4-1 as a favorite. I'll give them that here, but Columbus has been profitable at home, and Pittsburgh has not been profitable on the road. So I'm just going to end up with Columbus here in this one. I have a feeling we're going to see some goals here, and it might get a little wild. Let's see if you guys have anything here with Pittsburgh and CBJ. And, everybody loves a little CBJ at home. Okay, let's see what we got here. Justin's on the Penguins here. That's a great emoji there. That actually is a penguin, and it kind of looks like, I don't know if it actually is a penguin or it's got to be a penguin, but it looks like a penguin in the penguin colors. I remember when I was a kid, I had a Pittsburgh Penguins starter jacket. Remember the starter jackets? They had that satiny look to them, but it was the Penguins with the old logo. Remember the triangle and the old happy penguin with his stick down? And I really loved that Penguins jacket. It was pretty popular with the chicks too, because they'd say, "Look at the Penguinos." Here's Robert on the over. You know how I did. Hey, Marshawn the elf is here. Hello, Marshawn. Nice to have you. All right, Robert is on the over here in this one. Robert, try not to give away the premiums, my friend. That's okay. You make half the premiums here, it feels like, with your great plays. Okay. Wow. I like that. And I just got my new Apple. But you know what? I see the commercials with the Apple Intelligence. I showed off my new phone yesterday. Thanks for all of your support, by the way. But um, it I don't know about the Apple Intelligence. Nothing about this phone has been intelligent so far. I think it's mocking me. All right, I'm just catching up here. A little frozen computer there. The Nasty Nate had the Bruins, probably with the B, right? And the Magic there. Cool. Me and Nasty Nate. The old starter jackets. They're a thing of the past, right? Nobody wears anything those anymore, do they? Okay. In this series, though, just want to mention Pittsburgh has won 11 of the last 13 games between these two teams. 10 of the last, like I said, I already said that 10 of the last 13 over. I'm trying the Blue Jackets here so far. I think I've got concerns a little bit with Pittsburgh on the road. Just 3-5, and they are, pretty much sub 500 here. Both teams, they almost have similar records. So give me Columbus here, a little bit of plus money. Next up, the Capitals will take on the Avs here in this one. We got a series of games here at 9:07 Eastern, 6:07 Pacific here now. So is that right? Are the Avalanche really that big of a favorite over these red hot Capitals here right now, possibly with Gurdjieff in goal? Kelly V's favorite goaltender here against Super Lindgren, who's just been terrific so far. Both Capitals goalies here. Lindgren's actually the one that's been on the losing end of their games, but still a 2.75 goals against and an 89.5% save percentage. Gurdjieff's 4-5 with a 3.5 goals against and an 86% save percentage coming into this one. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Colorado have gone under. Washington's covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings here overall. Colorado is 9-1-1 to the over at home so far this season. Washington, of course, have been one of the best stories going so far at 10-4-1 overall, just 3-2 on the road, but still did get the win there. But man, that's pretty good here so far for Colorado, though, to be a big favorite like this. And Capitals seem to play okay here, staying competitive when making their trip each year here into Colorado. Colorado is 4-8 as a favorite on the puck line this season, 3-8 to the puck line at home. Meanwhile, Washington is 5-3 to the puck line as an underdog, 3-2 to the puck line on the road. I'm going to take the Capitals straight up here, actually, in this one against the Avalanche. The Capitals have been a little bit profitable on the road so far this season. Colorado, they're about a break-even proposition at home so far. I'm going to try the Capitals here on the road to win against the Avs and see what you guys have in this one. It's going to be Oh, Philly Eagle Flyer was back on the Blue Jackets there. Or maybe maybe we should name the team the Starter Jackets. Jermaine had the Penguins jersey. And Robert likes the Capitals, maybe taking plus a goal just in case they lose an overtime or a shootout, possibly too. Ronnie Young's on the Capitals. Want to say hello to Lex here, taking the Avs here, and this one is a favorite. All right, good job, Bam. Nothing doing. Let's go to this one between the Golden Knights and the Utah Hockey Club. Interesting here, right? The Knights playing strong, 10-4-2. Yeah, they've lost 2 of their last 3. Utah's won 2 of their last 3. They're coming off a win against Carolina, 4-1 in impressive fashion last time out. I think I might have quoted that Carolina won that game the other night. I got that one wrong, obviously. Utah won. So might have just read my notes wrong there. For the Golden Knights, they won at Anaheim 3-2. We had the Ducks on the puck line, remember, in that one. But man, Vegas here 7-2-1 in their last 10. They're 9-3 as a favorite. But here's the catch. This has been one of the worst series for the Golden Knights, actually. Utah has covered the puck line in 9 of the last 10 meetings. At home, remember, I know I got to say it every time, this is Arizona, so maybe that was different. Maybe that, a small Arizona rink or whatever. I would have a feeling it might be more about the personnel, and again, they should be better at this. Utah home ice advantage does feel like a pretty nice situation here. So the franchise has covered 5 straight meetings against the Golden Knights. Now, I don't know if I could sway you here because the Knights are playing so well. Utah is 4-2 straight up at home so far. See what you guys want to do here in this one. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two at the hockey club, anyway, have gone under, but those were under in Arizona. Still, let's see if you guys have a pick in this one. Vegas here for Sancho. Robert is going to go under here. And Chase is ready. I don't know if I'm going to sing I don't know if that song fits the theme here, but Utah is, maybe they're not a new kid in town. Maybe they were just put up for adoption. Okay, I'm going to take the hockey club. The widely reported steam came in on hockey club. I know that the Knights have been terrific. Hey, I'm here in Vegas, and hey, you know what? The Vegas Golden Knights got me to do was to invest. Well, I don't know if it's an investment, but I got an aerial antenna because the Knights are on a local channel, and it gets blacked out on all these apps, all these, ESPN Plus and all that. So I had to get my first ever in the new kind of aerial antenna, right? The hard, you put in your window, not the old one where we put the aluminum foil on it back in the day. Curtis is going with Hockey Club. Club puck line. All right. Give me the Hockey Club here in this one. And we got a couple more here real quick. We're almost done with the show here. Making good time. Nashville here against Calgary. Calgary 8-6-3 so far. Nashville 5-9-3 overall. Maybe they're making a little bit of progress here after that crummy start, but they have lost 2 straight by just 1 goal. The Preds have gotten the puck line here. Oops, I have the wrong graphic up there. There we go. The Predators have covered the puck line in 3 straight, or in those 2 games, 3 straight actually. Remember, they beat Utah 4-0 here. So for the Predators here in this one, 4 of the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams in Calgary have gone under. These 2 teams have been a solid under here so far this season. Calgary 5, 10, and 2 to the under so far. Nashville 1 and 6 to the under on the road coming in. And, well, that total still looks like 6. So, in goal here, I'm seeing maybe Saros and Wolf here in this one. Yeah, those look like the goalies here so far. For Wolf, he's 5 and 2 with a 2.84 goals against average and a 91% save percentage. For Jussi Saros, he's 4 7 and 2 with a 2.63 goals against and a 91% save percentage so far this season. So we've seen good goaltending here a little bit from these two. It's just that Saros hasn't been backed up very well with goals here. Nashville very crummy on the road. Basically losing about 3/4 units per game here, really. And now in Calgary, they're winning about 1/4 of a unit so far at home this season. They are 5 and 3 at home, while Nashville just 1 and 3 on the road here thus far. All right. What do you guys have here in this one between these two with Calgary and Nashville, if anything, huh? How about Preds here on Preds here for Sancho. Sancho also likes Casper Ruud against Rublev in that matchup today.
Team playing.
A little bit of college football steam and a big game here this weekend. Let me just touch on this one real quick. Coming in right now in the game between Purdue and Penn State. We've seen two-way action from the Sharps here in this one. So Penn State here currently a 2.5 or 3-point favorite. Purdue did take some steam earlier this week, but right now Penn State's on the move to -3 here right now, it looks like, against Purdue on the road in the Big Ten. Okay, keep it moving here right now. Sancho on the Preds here, and Curtis is on the Flames puck line. Robert's on the Flames. Jake's on the Flames. Ron's on the Flames. I'm on the Flames. I'll do it. Let's take the Flames here in this one against the struggling, mediocre Predators here right now. Like I said, Calgary is still 8-6-3. Not going to sneeze at that here at this point. Yeah, they got off to a pretty hot start. Probably cooling down here a little bit of late, losing 3 of their last 4. But I'll try them here at even money against Nashville at this point. All right, and one more here real quick, and we're done with hockey, and we're going to get the basketball, and the show's over. Man, number 5 consensus play here. We got a hockey consensus. Someone's going to get a 5-team parlay here, at least here in this one. Let's do a 5-teamer here tonight. And I remember when, I used to pass out some parlay cards when I was managing a big-time sports bar in La Jolla. I'd make my own parlay cards and print them out. And you know what? I used to kind of maybe not give the best odds on those parlay cards. Some people called me out on them, but I said, you know what? If you take these parlay cards, and I would hand them out on Tuesdays all week. If you bring these parlay cards to me and give me the money when you place the parlay cards, you can have all these stale lines on these parlay cards that I'm not paying. I'd pay 6-1 on a 3-teamer for sure. I would, keep it there. But from there, I would go down. 4-teamer, 10-1, 5-teamer, 20-1. I'd kind of taper it down a little bit so they wouldn't try to hit some bombs on me. I said, if you bring the parlay card with the money, you can have all these old lines. But if you call it in on the phone, you don't get those old lines. Come on. All right. And I paid you out on the bet, and I paid you out with better odds. I was an old amateur bookmaker with a notebook in my back pocket. All right, let's go to the last one here now with the Red Wings and the Ducks tonight. the Red Wings a favorite here on the road against these Ducks. And look, I've tried to roll with the Ducks a little bit. I'm getting a little bit frustrated. Maybe I've overestimated. They're still 5-8-2, but Red Wings have done a nice job here. 7-1 here thus far. Red Wings coming off a win against Pittsburgh, 3-2 on the road. Then they head to the West Coast. Anaheim did get the money for me last time against the Pens. I'm sorry, against the Knights. We took them on the puck line at home. For Anaheim here, they have covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams here in Anaheim. 4 of the last 5 meetings in overall, the Ducks have covered the puck line. This total has gone under here in 4 of the last 5 games at Anaheim. That's what I meant to say. I got a little startled. The wind is really kicking up here in the satellite studios, and the tree was hitting the wall here a little bit. The leaves were blowing big time, and it scared me. Okay, here we go right now with this one. You have the Red Wings here, 4-3 on the road so far this season. They're 5-4-1 overall in their last 10 games. These two teams have been a solid under so far this season. Anaheim's gone under 4-10-1 to the under overall, 2-5-1 to the under at home. Red Wings 6-9 to the under, 2-5 to the under on the road. I feel like this one might be an under here. Pistons are profitable on the road. Ducks at home, not so much, but they played well against these guys. I'm going to take the Red Wings to win this one. I'm sure they'll win it by 1 goal exactly. And maybe I would try to put in some exact score lines here. 3-2, 3-2, and 2-1. I'd probably play here in this one. I'd probably play 3-2 Red Wings as an exact score line, actually, in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here. I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe this matchup, favors an over. These two teams never go over. Detroit's gone under in 5 straight. I don't know what's going on with the Sharps. You guys have anything here in this one before we get to a little college basketball? Philly Eagle Flyers going under in every game except for Pittsburgh and CBJ. And what is this? That's a Red Wings, I think. I think that's a Red Wings wing there. And let's see here. Robert's going under. Thomas says, I live in a mansion. This was probably a nice, it's an older studio here, if you will. It's pretty big, but I imagine that when these were built these were built in the early casino days, it felt like here, where I'm at in Las Vegas. And let's see here. Ron says wings and under. And let's see here. Philly Eagle Flyers on the Ducks here in this one. I think that's it for the hockey coverage. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Let's go to some college basketball now. We're going to do it quickly. We're almost 2 hours in, and we've got 5 consensus plays, and I want to give a chance here for another one here. So far, we've had 44 commenters in the chat from the chat All-Stars. You guys are all eligible to win at least a 5-team parlay here. Oh, I would imagine for $3 or $4. I know that's not a lot, but what we're doing here is for every view that the Morning Steam Show gets on YouTube, when I place the parlay at just 5 minutes before the start of the first game, whatever it may be, you're going to get 1 penny per view on the parlay. And so, hey, it could be a 5-teamer here for $3 or $4. So doesn't sound like much, but hey, it'd be nice to get a little free money here for the weekend. You could have a couple of pizzas probably on me here on the Morning Steam Show. So if you can somehow, if you win the drawing, if you can go out and blow up your the internet or the social media and get yourself 1 million views, Well, I'm gonna have to place a $10,000 parlay, but if we get 1,000,000 views, you've already changed our lives here on the network. So, hey, even if we could get it up to 500 views or more on a little viral situation, that's what I'm striving for. So that's why I've done it. So please like it, share it, smash it. The Morning Steam Show.
Steam playing.
Okay, here. Oh, some steam here. Let's get this in here real quick before we go to the rest of the college basketball. Georgia Southern and North Carolina Central game total to go over. They're playing this one at a little bit of a not a neutral, a little bit of a neutral site in South Carolina. The steam coming in on the over here with Georgia Southern and North Carolina Central. It was 152. It's heading up to 153.5 or higher here. Georgia Southern and North Carolina Central on the morning steam. By the way, let me just bring up the board right now because the first game on our college basketball board here is getting steamed right now to the under between Villanova and Virginia. Look, I don't know. Look, I know Coach, retired. I know Villanova's having some issues here right now. They're wondering if they're in the right situation here anymore with this coach, but. Look, I mean, the 128, I could see why these guys might be steaming the under here right now. It feels like, even though these two have a little bit of an over situation in their couple of games thus far. But let me pull it up here a little bit with
Steam playing.
with these two as we get rolling. Here's a little bit more college basketball steam. Another game we're going to preview here in just a moment. Florida and Florida State is taking steam to the under right now it was 157. It's going to be 156 or lower here right now. Okay, let's go here with our first game. You got Virginia coming in 2-0 here, and Villanova here at 2-2. It's the game's at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific here on TNT. We're starting the Peacock coverage a little bit today. I don't say starting, we might have already had some, but some big matchups here on Peacock today as well. This doesn't feel like it's going to be a very attractive game here a little bit. Some steam came in on some college football. James Madison and Old Dominion under. It was 52. It's now 51 or lower here just moments ago. James Madison and Old Dominion, some college football steam. All right. Without even getting too deep into it, I already know I'm on the over here. This is going to be a rugged game, it feels like to me. Maybe it won't, but like I said, there is a little bit of trending to the over so far. Villanova's gone over in all 4 of their games, but I think when they get into a matchup with Virginia here, we're going to get back to some old-time Virginia type of basketball here. Virginia's gone under so far in both of their line games. Yeah, they played Coppin. They won, didn't cover, went under. They played Campbell. They won, they didn't cover, it went under. So there's some real question marks here with Villanova. Have they made the right move on their coaching situation here? But all right, see what you have here in this one with Virginia and Villanova. Let's see here. Thought I had a little bit of information on it, but let's go with anything here in the chat. All right. We've got Virginia here for Thomas. And Robert's going to try Villanova here. And could go slow here. I'm going under with Virginia and Villanova. I know Villanova going over so far, but a little more college football steam here. Louisiana Tech has taken some steam in their game against Western Kentucky on Saturday. It was 13, but we're going to be heading down to 12 here, it looks like, with Louisiana Tech getting the points. They already steamed it under here this week in the game between Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky. All right, give me the under here for sure, Virginia and Villanova on the Morning Steam Show. Next up, TCU and Michigan here, and you got Michigan, a 9-point. Let me make sure I'm getting these lines right, by the way. That first one was 4.5 and down to 128. Seeing a little move on that under. Okay, TCU and Michigan. We're looking at this one's definitely down to 8 or 7.5 here. There looks like the move is a little bit on TCU at this point. The widely reported steam came in on Michigan, but we're seeing a move here now to TCU. And the total here right now in this one, 153. Some widely reported steam did come in on the over here in this one with TCU and Michigan. TCU comes in undefeated at 3-0 so far. Here's a little bit of college basketball steam on another game here. We're not previewing this one, but we already mentioned Furman took that steam early on against Tulane. Now the under is getting steamed here. It was 157, but now it's going to be 156 here or lower with Tulane and Furman. For TCU and Michigan here, you have Michigan, like I said, just an 8-point favorite now, even 7.5 here at some spots at this point. TCU coming in undefeated. Michigan here, 1-1 right now. They lost to Wake Forest as a 2-point favorite on the road, 72-70. They whooped up on Cleveland State, of course, 101-53 is a 20-point favorite. TCU with wins over Texas State. They did not cover 15.5, only winning by 5 at home. They beat Gulf Coast by 16, and they beat Florida A&M big time, covered 27.5 points. So TCU has done a pretty nice job here so far. I've got the over here in this one. Like I said, the widely reported steam came in on the over. You got so far, Michigan went over in their home game. TCU 2-1 to the over thus far. First road game, though, for TCU. We'll see how it goes. So far, it is. I think Robert's going over here in this one with me. Dana's going under. Dana's also taking Michigan here, laying those points. Here's that Florida State game that I just mentioned, that steam that came in. Both teams come in undefeated here right now at 3-0. 20th ranked Florida here comes in. Like I said, the widely reported steam just came in on the under. These look like two teams that could go over if you think about it, but so far they're 1-5 combined to the under so far this season. Florida did go over in their road game against USF. They covered 11 points, but they failed to cover at home, laying big points, I think, to Jacksonville and to Grambling. They were laying over 20 points in those games and did not cover those big numbers, but now they're just laying 5.5 on the road. We saw Olivier Roux. He's going to be redshirted this year, and probably the right move. He looks terrific for a 7'9" player. Yeah, 7'9", you're always going to have a little bit of awkwardness, and maybe he's not quite ready to go. Maybe this will help his development. I'm sure at this level he could still be quite a terrific player at this point, but they've opted to redshirt the 7'9" freshman Olivier Roux here. But I've seen seeing the videos. I mean, I think that he's fine. I think we're going to see an impact player for years to come with the sensation Olivier Roux. Just not going to get to see him this season here. The 7'9". Could he be 7'10" by now? Has he stopped growing at this point? All right. For Florida State here, they come in, as I said, with this winning streak as well. They covered 2 of the games. They covered against Northern Kentucky. They covered against Tarleton, but they failed to cover as a 10-point favorite against Rice. Still won by 8, so they've done a pretty nice job. I'm going under. I know that the talk is out there. Expect a fast pace. I'm going to try the under in this one, actually, at this big number. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, still dealing with kind of the same programs, it feels like, overall. So I'm still going under. here. The numbers suggest an under. It's just that, looking at the teams and their makeup, it does feel like that's why it's 156. Right. I'm going to go under. I'll say it's still too high. Thomas says take the Gators. Robert says take the Gators. And yeah, he's probably a millionaire already when in the days of the NIL here. He's pretty special player here. Obviously not fully developed as a basketball player, really, but doesn't matter when you're 7'9". Curtis says go Gators. I know he's a fan of the Gators. I don't know if he's taking them. Dana on Florida. This is a consensus play, obviously, here. Gators here. Lay it, says Jake. And Robert says, yeah, maybe it is going to be Florida State that keeps it down, right? They're the under team. Like I said, Florida's gone under in their 2 home games so far, but went over on the road. The Rice game was on the road. They still won and almost covered. And the 6th consensus play here is on. Jake says this one's going up here for sure. Get a little cushion. He says here now, 157, even higher here. I'm showing South Point. Where I might go over there and pick up some hot dogs and bet the under over there. They're at 158. Where's my South Point poker chips so I could get some hot dogs? I'll take the under in this one, and we've got our 6th. Where someone's going to get a 6-teamer. If you would like to have a free 6-teamer for at least at least $3, comment in the chat. That's just the way I'm running it. Hey, if we were making a bunch of money here, we'll bump it up on our new promotion here of the drawing. 44 of you are in, so please comment, and you'll be involved in the consensus parlay free roll. Mike's got me thinking now. He always has trouble thinking of the name of it too. I just want to get away from saying that other term that big channel uses over there. Those guys run a great show, and they have a kind of a what they do. They run their little community parlay, and we have a consensus parlay. So we don't want to say the same thing as those guys. They got a big show with like 2,000 people watching them. We've got 50 people over here. 50 in here right now, and 44 are in the drawing. We know it's some of them have left. Okay, next one up for me is Alabama and Purdue. We've seen widely reported steam come in here on the over in this one with the Crimson Tide at 3-0. Purdue is 3-0. Alabama's ranked number 2 in the nation. Purdue ranked 13th. Still Purdue, right? Still pretty good team despite losing their superstar from last year. So, hey, no problem here. This should be a pretty awesome game here tonight. I think this is our Peacock special. We're on the Peacock tonight. Hope you got your Peacock subscription. I do. All right. Let's get into it right now with Alabama and Purdue. It's not a great matchup maybe for Purdue, but they're getting the points at home. So, I don't know. There might be a little something to that right now. Purdue didn't cover against Yale. They were favored by 14.5. They did cover against NKU, laying 20.5 at home so far. They failed against Corpus Christi. Purdue so far is both teams are just 1-2 against the spread, despite being 3-0. This is Alabama's first road game here of the season. Purdue is 2-1 to the over. Alabama 0-2-1 to the under so far. It seems like the public is going to take Alabama here, but I don't know if I'm on that. Let's see if you guys want to take anything here. Kelly, good morning, Kelly. Says take the Pens and the over. Nice to see you. Yeah, we covered the hockey already. No problem. You're never late. I'm the one that's always late. I'll probably be late to my own funeral. Robert McCormick says, take Alabama here. I'm going to be going up against my man Robert in this one. I'm going to try the points at home with Purdue. I think they're still a little bit overlooked here. Remember, they're still in the top 15 here right now. And look, Alabama's pretty great. We know that. I'll try Purdue. We got to keep it rolling here right now and end the show with SMU. We got a few more. SMU and Butler here. I felt like this looks like an interesting game with SMU on the road visiting the field house. I think this one sounds pretty interesting here right now. Let's take a look at these two teams here in this one. For Butler, they come in with a 2-1 record so far. SMU is 3-0, and it feels like if SMU maybe, just maybe, could they climb into the rankings here if they were to get a win at Butler? We know Butler does have a loss. Already they lost to Austin P at home, so maybe we're dealing with a little bit of, maybe Butler isn't all Butlery, if you will, right now. But let's see what you guys want to do here in this one. Remember, SMU wasn't always great on the road, but they sometimes have problems defensively on the road, and Butler at home can really get down here with good defense, right? Look at that total, man, 156. The widely reported steam did come in here on SMU. They are, as I said, they're 3-0, but 1-2 against the spread in those games so far. SMU went 3-0 to the over. Butler 1-2 to the under thus far. I want to take the under here in this one with SMU and Butler. Actually, I trust Butler at home to be able to slow him. Robert and I are not agreeing here at all today. Oh, no, I'd take that back. We were 50-50, I think, but I like to give Robert a hard time. Great, Robert, one of my faves, of course, here in the chat. Thank you, guys. I'll try the under here, go up against my man. Jake's on the over, too. I get it. SMU, they love to get out and run a little bit here. Certainly, they scored 81 against Greensboro, 102 against Florida A&M, and 96 against Tarleton. But, man, look at that schedule a little bit, right? So, at least for Butler, they've had a little bit, I don't know, they beat Western Michigan last time out, covered 18 at home. They also beat Montana State, but couldn't get the money in that one. Or no, it wasn't Montana State, it was Missouri State. Okay, I'll take the under here in this one. I've got a little more college basketball. Virginia Tech here is taking on Penn State. This one's in Baltimore. The widely reported steam did come in on Penn State here as a favorite in this matchup. Let me see here. I want to make sure. Oh, was this a time change? Oh, this is a Peacock. This is the next Peacock game here tonight with Virginia Tech and Penn State in this one. So we're back on Peacock here in this matchup. Both these teams are 2-1 to the over so far here this season, but I don't know about that. This total looks pretty high in here, 151. Right now, let me see what we got here. I know I have thought I had some notes on this game, but so many college games, I might have missed the boat here. Virginia Tech just 1-2 so far against the spread, despite that 3-0 record. Both teams are 3-0 coming in. Penn State is 2-1. Penn State with wins here over St. Francis. Also, they beat Maryland, Baltimore County by 49 points, and they beat Binghamton by 42 points. So pretty good start here right now, but I've got Penn State here in this one to take care of business. I'm going to just kind of follow that steam here, it feels like a little bit. Virginia Tech's wins. They beat Winthrop just 58-52 as a 9-point favorite. They beat Upstate by 19, did not cover 23.5, and they beat Utah Tech. No, Delaware State. They beat Delaware State here, 83 to 60. Oh, I'm thinking Dixie State still. 83 to 60 is an 18.5 point favorite. I'll take Penn State here in this one. And Dana, it's a neutral site game. Dana, this one's being played in Baltimore, so I don't know if you want to still take him or not, but Robert here is taking Penn State, and Thomas is going to say we're probably done with those consensus. If we get one more, we'll tack it on there. But and Calgary there, don't forget, he says. Jake does say Penn State to roll, so we do have 3 Penn States there. I don't know if that's a consensus. And I'm on Penn State. I mean, that's pretty much that might be a 7 team. That might be a consensus here. We like Penn State here, Thomas. Pretty sure that's 4. I just didn't know if Dana wanted to stay with it here, even though it's a neutral site. But I'm sure he does. I mean, the line is what it is. It's baked in, as they say, right? So okay. So think about that one, Thomas. We might have it be a 7-teamer, though. Does anybody want a 7-teamer tonight? Someone's going to win it here right now. Comment in the chat if you'd like your chance to win a 7-teamer. You got a 1 in 45 chance here. And again, it's only going to be for a few dollars unless you can make us go viral. Get us 1,000 views. I'll put it a $10 7-teamer for you if you get us to 1,000 views today on the morning Steam show. If you get us to 500 views, I'll do it $5. All right, Thomas, appreciate it. And I'm going to go ahead and mark that one down for a 7-teamer. I saw 4 votes in there right now. Hope you don't mind, Thomas. But I saw 4 votes in there for Penn State today, laying the points against Virginia Tech. And, I don't want to tack too many on there, but yeah. There are, Kelly, we have several actually neutral site games today. The VMI Tennessee Tech is a neutral site game. Also, I think I got a couple others. Georgia Southern and NC Central, Sacred Heart and Holy Cross. Stonehill in New Orleans being played in Moon, Justin, right? And also Utah, Rio Grande Valley, and Charleston Southern being played in West Virginia. So, yeah, we do. We got several others. Marquette and Maryland here in this one. We've got Maryland about a 1.5-point favorite here in this one. And the total here is 2 and 146.5 or so with these 2 teams. You got both teams coming in 3-0. Marquette's ranked 15th in the country here right now as Shaka's building his brand of defense here. Both teams are 1-2 to the under so far this season. Both teams are also 2-1 against the spread so far here. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to move quick.
Play.
Yeah, here we go. Steam play in college football right now this weekend, Tulane and Navy. This one already got hit to the over. They're hitting it back down right now, but it was as high as 54, Tulane and Navy. I mean, we've seen some overs here for sure, but this season with these 2 teams. But right now it's heading to 51 or lower here right now, Tulane and Navy. Hey, okay, Marquette and Maryland. I'm going to take the under here in this one at 146. And I just want to keep it moving, get this show over a little bit. Fernando has taken Maryland here in this one. Let me pull up a few more. Ohio State and Texas A&M. Texas A&M here is a 6.5-point favorite right now. I've got some steam coming in here real quick. William and Mary and Winthrop game total. Wow. William and Mary and Winthrop. I believe this one was as low as 153. It's almost 160 right now between William and Mary and Winthrop. This one's been hit again and again going over here tonight. All right, I had to taper back. I wasn't clicking too well on some of my overnight selections, but man, you just missed so much here. Long Island and Cal Baptist steam over tonight. This is the late game, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific here in the West. This one's getting steamed here to 143. It was as high as 146 Big move, 3-point move, Long Island and Cal Baptist tonight. Ohio State and Texas A&M here right now. We're talking college basketball. Ohio State comes in 2-0 here, while Texas A&M comes in with a 2-1 record. They've won 2 straight here right now. So Texas A&M could be in a pretty good position here. It feels like Ohio State 2-0 ATS, Texas A&M 2-0 ATS here at home in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on Texas A&M here in this one. It also came in on the over here in this one. Right now I'm showing it 6.5 and probably up to 148.5 here in this one. Texas A&M's gone 1-2 to the under so far. I'm going against that steam. I'm taking under here with Ohio State and Texas A&M. I'm getting a pretty good number here now. I'm not chasing the steam here in this one. See, I don't always chase that steam. And maybe a couple of days ago, I was having some steam chasing problems, it felt like. But I think we might have corrected that yesterday a little bit. Let's see here. And look at this. Kelly says Marquette performed well in the first half last year. One more. Let's get it going. Let's get the drawing in. Arizona taking on Wisconsin here on Wisconsin. With both teams undefeated. Arizona ranked 9th in the country. Wisconsin 3-0. And Arizona 2-0 here in this one. You got so far, Wisconsin 1-1 against the spread. Arizona just 1-1 against the spread. Wisconsin's gone 3-0 to the over so far this season. This one is 152.5 for sure here right now. And I am going to go over here in this one with Arizona and Wisconsin tonight. Joe wants me to sing on Wisconsin. That's it for the Morning Steam Show. Everybody, let's get ready. You've got just a few seconds here. If you want to be involved in if you would like a free 7-team parlay in your name that you could win real money on, and I'm going to put it in right now, or not right now, but soon, please comment in the chat, and you can win this 7-teamer. It's going to be, I'm sure, for at least $3 whole, but hey, it's a 7-teamer, so it could cash big. And if you win and you can make the Morning Steam video go viral, I'm putting in 1 penny for each view here to try to pump up the show a little bit. So, hey, if we get on a roll, we'll make it for more, okay? Hey, check me out over at winnable.com. Get all of my best plays over there at winnable.com. I'm going to have a bunch of plays here today in college basketball for sure. I love the card. I'll be working on it here. The games start here in just an hour or two. So get ready for college basketball with me over at the Winnable app. I'll have some free packages today as well, probably one in college basketball actually, but my best plays are for a subscription there, $20 a month. You can use the promo code STEAM at checkout, save 20%, get them for 67 cents a day. My plays to you. Look, we want to hit them all, but I deal in high volume. I just want to let you know who I'm on. So follow my action here by clicking the QR code and get those plays sent to you over at winnable.com. Use that promo code to save 20%. Here it is. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. There's a look at the address. You can click that QR code up there as well. We're seeing some steam here right now. One more college football here, just moving with Washington State and New Mexico here in this one. We're showing them laying Washington State, laying it here on the road. They're starting to lay 11 or 12. It was higher. The move actually came in early on New Mexico, but looks like Washington State's getting steam back up here right now. All right, we're going to need to hit that parlay. The way these stocks are, all that the Trump bump is almost over here. It feels like they've given it all back here a little bit. All right, hopefully you guys have all commented. Let's get ready. What was the last pick Curtis said, Dana went with the Northwestern there. Let me do one more college basketball team. Curtis, the last play for me was the over in Arizona, Wisconsin. One more steam play here for college basketball. We're going to do the drawing. Get ready, fam. Florida Atlantic and College of Charleston game total under here right now at 165, heading down to 164. Florida Atlantic and Charleston under steam here on the morning steam. All right. That's going to do it for the show. Let's get the drawing in here and see who's going to get this 7-teamer here tonight. Here we go. Let's bring it up and see how many we got in there. Here we go, fam. All right, let me take this down. We're going to get this fixed here a little bit. Go over to at least the screen here so I can be on it and I can see it. Oh, gosh, you guys, I'm sorry here. Really struggling here right now. There we go. All right, here we go. All right, good. Hopefully you guys are all in. 45 of you are in. Here we go. Who's going to get the 7-teamer today? Johnny David Farmer, Fap, Ray, Truth Teller, Wine Time, Joseph Alvarado, Nasty Name, Markel, Tom Fat, Ray, Subhuman, Truth Teller. He's the truth teller. I'm the truth seller. Truth teller, 7-teamer tonight with those. Man, I don't even remember what they all were. Thomas wrote them down. Let me see if I can remember it. Truth teller. And we'll try to get you the best line there. You're on the free roll with the Houston Cougars for sure. We also said there what college basketball game there, Penn State. You're on, whether you like it or not, truth teller. You've got to take this free roll. Philadelphia 76ers, Detroit Pistons, Washington Wizards, Calgary Flames. I think that's it. I think that's 7, right? Calgary Flames, truth teller. Thank you for being such a great member of the chat, and you deserve this opportunity to hit a 7-teamer with me here tonight. And I'll hit you up with some Venmo or some Cash App. I'm on all the apps, so if you hit it, we'll make sure to get it out to you. And he's not even in there right now in the chat. He might not even know. Truth Teller might not even know he's the winner here on the morning steam. But if he does see it later, thank you, Truth Teller, for being a great commenter in the chat. That's going to do it for the morning steam. Thank you, everybody. 2.5 hours with me. How could you stand it? Be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific for a huge college football card. Mikey Money, of course, at 9 Eastern and 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific with pre-gaming tonight. Don't forget, we got UFC coverage tomorrow if I don't see you with UFC from Madison Square Garden in New York. So going to be a big weekend here of programming on the network. Please join me here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to that.